Hello everyone, today we will talk about the transit of Neptune. Transiting Neptune is in trine with the natal sun. How transiting Neptune will behave in trine with the natal sun depends on the position of the natal sun. This transit may be more prominent in your life if you already have planets in aspect with your natal sun. But the basics are as follows. Transiting Neptune in trine with the Sun will increase your interest in spirituality and make you more compassionate, imaginative, and idealistic. You will look at life with more refined and sensitive values, and be less concerned with material possessions such as a house, car, clothes, etc., and more aware of the higher purposes of your life, such as serving others and making important contributions to a more beautiful and harmonious world. So you are very intuitive and sensitive to the undercurrents of life during this transit. The sharp edges of your identity soften and it is as if something kind from within you begins to govern from within, so you feel more porous, more receptive, as if life speaks to you in symbols and subtle calls. Your task is to allow inspiration to touch your choices, and yet, not to wander away from yourself. Instead of wandering, surrender to the pursuit of beauty, music, dreams, spirituality, and helping others. It is almost as if you have invaded the spiritual world, synchronicities are happening all around you. Your eyes seem to have cleared to that other dimension and you seem to be receiving small promptings from the universe. Individuals will now certainly find it easier to forgive people or let go of anger towards them, and compassion, inspiration and understanding will be totally deepened. Transiting Neptune in trine to the natal sun brings both an enchanting wave of inspiration and heightened intuition, creating fertile ground for self-discovery. You will find that your dreams are more vivid and meaningful, giving you insight into subconscious desires. By accepting this, through the house where the sun is located, visualization becomes vital and artistic pursuits flourish, as you tap into a deeper connection with your inner self. With a trine, unlike the more challenging transits of Neptune, the desire to follow a more spiritual path does not arise from some health crisis or loss of direction. It is generally not associated with giving up material things that bring comfort and security. Thus, there is more passion for getting involved in spiritual groups and explorations such as astrology in order to find more fulfillment in life, just to feel better connected to the wider community and other dimensions. So spiritual connection will lead us to voluntarily explore practices such as meditation, yoga, or prayer, rather than being forced to do so for any reason. As we mentioned with Neptune's transit trine to your natal sun, it's time to turn on your imagination and embrace your spiritual nature. Put your vision in a container of daily practice, humble commitment, and promises you make to yourself. Reality check your instincts with trusted people and body feedback, because boundaries become channels, not walls, when you consciously choose them, and your light travels further because it's focused so that inspiration turns into goodness you can live off of. Just watch out for Neptune's insidious side that wants to put rose-colored glasses on everything, and your idealistic streak grows, which is nice for working with vision, but difficult for paying bills and doing your daily chores. Things will seem more magical than they are, so keep one foot on the ground as you float through all this inspiration. The good news is that this supportive aspect makes it easier to actually manifest those dreams if you stay clear about what you want and don't stray too far from reality. Transits tend to feel less like an event and more like a slow change in the quality of light, the kind of light that makes familiar rooms look different without moving the furniture. The kind of light that allows something more porous and resonant to emerge, a willingness to be guided by beauty and meaning rather than will. Because Neptune moves so slowly and often circles back over the same degree in long, back and forth waves, This quality of openness doesn't come once and go, it deepens, recedes, and deepens again over a long stretch, each passage pressing the same quiet call a little deeper. This influence on the sunlit house in your natal chart calls for a commitment without fading. Let the sunlit house expand as far as your feet can keep on the ground. Let it move you, but don't carry you away. Say yes to the approaching tenderness and let it color your choices, while you keep one hand on the helm. You don't have to push, but you can allow and still be responsible for what the house holds. If there are planets in the house with negative aspects or positions, Neptune's soft influence will distort the view of the problems that the house itself holds. It will blur situations, ignore reality, and red flags, especially in relationships. Things will seem more magical than they really are. So avoid escaping reality, such as excessive fantasy and daydreaming, if you have negative situations in the house. Either way, whether you idealize situations or people, maintaining an open mind will help ground the experience and allow authentic connections to surface amidst the dreamy haze, because if you stay curious, these cosmic alignments often unlock pathways that were previously obscured by the routine of daily life.